Hello students, today we are going to study the chapter We Are Not Afraid to Die. If we can all be together. It is written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. Now, overview of the chapter. The chapter is devoted to the adventurous nature of man. Devoted to what? Adventurous nature of man. Collective efforts can make our risks easily surmountable. The title of the chapter makes it crystal clear that death is not anything awesome only if we put our hands and hearts together to face it. Then, summary. Summary of the chapter. The narrator of this chapter is very fond of welcoming the challenges of life. He is always to accept new challenges in his life. He doesn't like idle and risk-free life, that there is no risk, there is no idea of living. So he and his wife Mary and his son Jonathan and daughter Suzanne set sail from Plymouth. Plymouth is in UK to duplicate the world voyage of Captain James Cook made 200 years ago. So they used a boat named Wave Walker for this purpose. The name of the boat is, this can be a question, that the name of the boat is, the name of the boat, which boat? In which narrator along with his family went for the voyage, world voyage. So the name of the boat is Wave Walker. Okay. Now the voyagers covered the first 1,500,000. It's 10,500 kilometers of journey from the west coast of Africa to Cape Town in 3 years without any difficulty. In the first 3 years, they did not have any of the difficulty, and they had 2 crewmen. The name of the crew members on that boat, what were the names? Larry, Virgil, and an American. This is number 1, and number 2 was an American. Larry Virgil was an American, and Herb Sailor. The name of the second boat crew member was Herb Sailor. He was a Swiss. Swiss means belong to Switzerland. To cover the roughest sea. Well, now, what is the roughest sea? These all questions can be asked. So the roughest sea is the southern Indian Ocean. Okay. The voyagers had to face strong gales on the second day out of the Cape Town, and they celebrated Christmas despite a very bad weather. There was very bad weather. In spite of that, they celebrated Christmas. New Year also brought to rest or respite. In the morning of January 2 also, the waves rose very high. It seemed as if the sea was rolling towards them. Suddenly at 6 p.m. the wind dropped and the sky grew dark. The sky became very dark, and it was an indication of the disaster to come. A torrent of water broke over the ship, and the narrator's head smashed into the wheel. He had to surrender before the inevitable. When he, after some time, saw the wave walker turning right, he caught the guard rails tightly. He found that his ribs and cracked and teeth broken. But he did not lose heart. Suddenly he saw his wife Mary, who was crying. The wave walker was surrounded by broken things. The narrator was worried about his children. Suzanne had a bump over her eyes. Water was entering the boat. Now water had started entering the boat. Now he took a hammer, screws and canvas to plug the holes. The electric pump could not work. So he had to use another hand pump to drain out the water. By morning on January 3, water was controlled finally, and the narrator checked the charts and found that they were near two small islands. Where they reached near two small islands. They reached the island Isle Amsterdam and took some meal and biscuits. The narrator wanted to comfort the children, but they were already in high spirits. John told him that they were not afraid to die if they could all be together. John also added that who is he here? The narrator, was the best daddy and the best captain in the whole world. It was indeed a great and daring struggle for survival. The narrator thought of Larry, Herbie, his wife Mary, son Jonathan and daughter Sue, who fought with all the odds successfully, all the people who were not afraid to die. So, who were the people who were not afraid of die? The family of John. Now, who prepared for the voyage? Preparation of voyage? Who prepared for that? Wife. Then, Wave Walker was built strong, 23-meter, 30-ton wooden hull, professionally built. Wave Walker was professionally built and boat tested in roughest weather possible. Okay. Then, when he began their voyage, sailed down west coast of Africa to Cape Town. Voyage sailed down west coast of Africa to Cape Town. Okay. And what happened on 2nd January? A catastrophe. Like at 6 p.m., ominous silence, wind dropped, sky darkened. Then vertical huge high wave roaring and thundering. Boat slowed by dropping the storm jib and rope looped across the stern, everything double lashed, life raft drill carried out, lifelines attached, and oilskins and life jackets worn. Okay. Now, the questions which you have to answer are: question number 1. Describe the voyager's journey. Describe the voyager's journey from Cape Town to Isle Amsterdam. And second question is, describe the voyager's effort. Describe the voyager's efforts for safeguarding the ship. I hope you will all be able to answer these two questions. Now this is the end of the chapter.